Alright, now we're in book 6 of the Aeneid still, in the underworld, and now awkwardly we're going to see these lines of 450 through 476. Aeneas is going to run into Dido, and it's going to be awkward, so let's see what goes on. Enter quas, among whom? Now the quas refers to like animas, among the spirits. All of them that are down there. So among whom, Phoenician Dido. Recanes, we get the word recent from that. It's the word fresh, and it's modifying Dido. Fresh from her wound. She's not been dead in the underworld long. She was wandering in the great forest. Dido, whom, ut primum, means as soon as. So Dido, whom, as soon as the Trojan hero stood, sto, star, steady, status, juxta, that's where we get the word juxtaposition, right next to whom. So, as soon as the Trojan hero stood right next to her, he agnoed, from agnosko, he recognized her through the shadows, her obscure. And then qualem introduces a simile. Just like a moon, or as if a moon, or just like a moon, or what sort of moon, you could translate it. So what sort of moon? He who either sees to rise in the first month, primo mense, or thinks to have seen through the clouds. And so she's all hazy, and when you, is that the moon? I don't know. Maybe it is, because you see it's all cloudy and whatnot, and that's the way that it is down in the underworld, because they're not clear. They're like spirits that are floating around and unclear for sure. So, he saw her. But she is all kind of hazy, obscure. Just like, or what sort of moon? He who either sees to rise in the first month, or thinks to have seen to rise in the first month through the clouds. Meno menore misi misus. He sent down tears. And he ad fatus est, from for far fatus soon. He addressed her, he spoke to her, dulci amore, ablative, with sweet love. We see that Dido still does carry for her. Infelix Dito, unlucky Dido.
Sorry.
Infelix Dito, unlucky Dido. Ergo, therefore a true messenger, or true message, had come, pluperfect obviously, to me, this message that, and impliate, that you, and then take this perfect passive participle, add an essay, and let's make a perfect passive infinitive. That you had died, extinguished, had been extinguished, and had followed. See, this is deponent, so it looks passive, translates actively. This is not deponent, it translated passively. This one is deponent, looks passive, will translate actively. So had been extinguished, and had followed the extreme things, the final things, death with iron. Who, alas, have I been the cause of death, of funeral for you? So he's a bit dense. No kidding, this is why she's dead. It's his fault. He left her and abandoned her. Euro, from Euro Eurari, I swear, per sidera, through the stars, by the ones above, the superos, are the gods. If there is qua fide, si nisi numine, all the ollies fall away. Any faith under the lowest earth, unwilling did I go from your shore, O Queen. So he's basically telling her, it was my choice. And of course, obviously, it was. But he doesn't want to accept that responsibility. He puts it on his destiny. He puts it on the gods. He puts it on everything that he can. For two reasons. One, try and make her feel better. And two, so that he can make himself feel better. But the usup, the things having been ordered, we can just translate them as the orders, neuter, plural. of the gods, it's genitive, deorum, but the orders of the gods, they have driven, ago agone egiactus, with their own powers. They have driven, implied, me. They forced me to do it, forced me to leave. He says, unwilling did I leave from your shore. But the orders of the gods drove me. Those orders which now compel me to go through these shadows, through these places, rough, Senta, with decay, and through the profound night. So he's pointing out the fact that he's in the underworld at all as proof positive that it wasn't even his idea. Like he's saying, basically, I don't want to be down here. I don't want to be in this creepy place of the underworld, but the fact that I'm here, you can see that I'm not really the one calling the shots. The ones that's calling the shots are the gods and their commands upon me. He goes on to continue saying, I was not able, queo, quere, quivi, means to be able, just like possum. I was not able to believe that I brought accusative subject, infinitive verb, happening at the same time. It's perfect to make that as in the past as well. This so great a grief to you from my departure, because of my departure, because of from it on out. Siste, stop, stand your step, and do not drag away yourself from our sight. In other words, he basically says, hey, stop, let's catch up a bit. How you been? Awkward in the underworld. Whom do you flee? Like, baby, it's me, Aeneas. What are you talking about? Why are you trying to leave? Let's catch up. You look good. This is, hocus, the extremum, the final thing, which I speak to you by faith. Basically, he's telling her, this is the last time I want to talk. Seriously, have a seat, let's chat. Dido is in no mood to speak to him. And again, Aeneas is being kind of obtuse. He's being dumb. And so, Aeneas was lightening her mind, burning mind, with such words. He really wasn't, but he thought that he was lightening her mind, burning mind with these words, and her mind watching over from the verb tueor, tueri, tutus sum. The one watching him over grimly. Torwa is adverbial, meaning grimly. And he was stirring up, he was moving up tears. So the irony is the tears that he's stirring up is his own. Because that gal, Dido, was holding her eyes fixed on the ground, wouldn't even look at him. She, the one, turned away, won't even face him. Instead turns away, or having been turned away, she was holding her eyes fixed on the ground, and nor is she moved, and she is not moved more, magis, more greatly, by his speech having been begun, accusative of the body part, your ultimate, your face, visage, countenance, expression. Nor is she moved more with respect to her face by his speech having begun than if harsh flint, it's a type of rock, or Marpagian marble, ablative should stand, sto stars, steady tosses, we fear giant liar. At last, she snatched away herself, and hostile, inimica, she fled. In plus accusative, namus is the neuter, same in the nominative as the accusative, third declension, into the shadow-bearing grove, where her previous conjunct, her former husband, responds to that one, to Dido, with concerns, with cares, and Zacchaeus equals her love. No less, having been struck by the unequal misfortune, downfall, Aeneas follows with tears longly. He is crushed by the moment, he is crying, and he miserators. He pities the one going, euntim, the present active participle, in the accusative from eoire. And so, that is the last time, obviously, that they will speak into the underworld, and we will begin on line 847.